In this video I will show you how the factorial function works. So when working on any recursive function, we must have to consider its base case first. We must have its base case developed first, so that it never runs for infinitely. It must stop at some case. So first of all, we can see that to find the factorial of 3, if we know the factorial of 2, we can simply multiply 3 like this. We can simply multiply 3 by the factorial of 2. And to find the factorial of 2, we must know the factorial of 1. If we have factorial of 1, we can simply multiply 2 by the factorial of 1 and we will get the answer. And to find the factorial of 1, we must know the factorial of 0. If we have factorial of 0, we can simply multiply 1 by this and we have factorial of 1. And factorial of 1 is equal to 0. So factorial of 0 will factorial of 0 is 1, not 0. So when factorial of 0 function call will be executed, it will return 1. It will not call itself again. So it will return 1. This 1 will be returned to this call, and here the answer will be 1. This 1 will be multiplied by 1, and the resultant of factorial of 1 will be returned to the factorial of 2. One thing should be keep in mind, that when first function calls itself, it suspends its execution temporarily and calls the next function, and the next function call starts executing its body. And when this function calls another definition of itself, its second copy suspends execution temporarily, and the next function call executes its body. Meanwhile, this next function call is executing its body. The factorial of 2 and factorial 3 will be kept in stack to suspend their execution temporarily. When factorial of 1 will be called, it will call factorial of 0. In the meanwhile, factorial of 1 will go to suspend its execution, and when factorial of 0 returns 1, the factorial of 1 function call will resume its working again, and then when it returns 1 multiplied by 1 to the second copy of the function call, it returns the results from factorial of 1, that is 1, and it will multiply 2 multiplied by 1 and returns the results to the factorial of 3 function call. It will resume its working, and it will multiply 3 by 2 and return the result to 6. So in the program we have simple logic. This function checks the input number. If it equals to 0, it will return 1, otherwise it will return number multiplied by factorial of number minus 1. For example, if number is 3, then this condition will not be executed, and it will go to the else section, and it will return 3 multiplied by factorial of 3 minus 1, that is factorial of 2. So first factorial of 2 will be calculated. Again this function will be executed to calculate the factorial of 2. Then again this will call 2 into multiply by factorial of 2 minus 1, that is factorial of 1. So the factorial of 1 function call will be executed, and that will call factorial of 0, and the fourth copy. And when the num becomes 0, it will simply return 1, and then it will not call itself again. So it will return 0, that will go to the factorial of 1, that will return 1, will return to the factorial of 2, and then factorial of 3. So in this situation, the factorial of 3 will be 6. So let us run the program. So it returns factorial of 6 is 720 and factorial of 10 is this.